Hello everybody and welcome back to the Amalgam Estate. Alrighty, you know what time it is. We're gonna get some actual progress in this episode, and I don't mean in the exploration type of way. We are gonna hunt down a few bosses and see what we can do. Now, real quick, I do want to bring this up. My mic, I don't know if I accidentally jostled some settings. I don't know if it's the position that I have it in. I don't know what. But there is a chance that I either sound really far to the left or really far to the right. I think it's how I have it set up. So I'm going to be monitoring it throughout this entire episode. So if I ever sound lopsided, you know, let me know. I think I know what might be going on. Basically, I have a mic where you can change, like, the, how to explain it? There's a dial on the back that basically changes what the microphones do and don't hear, and I'm wondering if I accidentally ticked one of those, combined with the fact that I have my microphone sideways, and that's always been the case, just because if it's upright, it completely blocks my view. Some shenanigans are going on. But I'm going to keep an eye on it, so if I sound weird, don't worry. I'm looking for that. But, like I said, we are going to take on some bosses in this one. We could immediately go for the Doomwheel. And honestly, I don't think that's a bad choice. The only issue is I don't know who we would bring to the Doomwheel, since it is a bit of a dangerous fight. There is a couple options, as you very well might know, but I am trying to level up some other people as well. But I think we'll open up by going with the Doomwheel, get some exploration in the wheel to get it to 4, and then, you know, if we don't make any more substantial progress than that, we are also going to go kill the Necromancer. So there is a couple bosses on our list. Hopefully, we're able to take them out. And so we arrive. Okay. You know what? This layout's actually pretty good. Alright. We bring Flack the Vigilante with the Buffonata, the Book of Relaxation, Anticipation, Wind Up, Combo Smash, and Combo Chop. We then bring Dismas the Highwayman with the Things Phase Shifting Hide, Duncan's Head, Wicked Slice, Pistol Shot, Grape Shot Blast, and Tracking Shot. Actually, I'm gonna swap this up just a little bit. We're gonna go Duelist Advance, Wicked Slice, Grape Shot Blast, and Point Blank Shot. Why not? Then we bring Gale the Tempest with the Hammer and Tongs, the High Pass Filter, Feedback Loop, Overcharge, Amplify, and Energize. Before we finish it off with the Obituary, who has the Terugian's Charm, the Heavy Boots, Curse of Defeat Evil, Obituary Fragmentation, Memory, Aroma of Dreams, and Rage a Book. So, you know, there's something I wanted to bring up, right? Something else. And it was... Hang on, apparently we're putting that on the back foot. A sack rat? Okay. Didn't even get to see what he did. All right. Absolutely demolished him. Good stuff. Excellent job, Flack. I do think we're gonna camp now because we need a heal after that Doom Rocket went off. Looking right as rain. Let me see. This is Stun and Disease Resist. Yes, please. This is just a buff to everybody. This is a buff to ourselves. Is there anything we could do? No, just to ourselves. Alright. Killer Instinct it is. 2 battles await us. I'm not too worried about any potential hunger check. There we go. Alrighty, let's do this. Rattling Gunner, Warp Fire Thrower. Yeah, this is a bit of a nasty one. Alright, let's go ahead and buff up. We are at combo 1 now, so +2 damage. Almost kill the Rattling Gunner in a single attack. Let's go ahead and get a riposte up. That is also going to take him out, as well as give us a little bit of buff. To the dead! Okay, we get BM by our own team. That's fine. We're going to go for a group heal just so everyone's looking right as rain. Dodges all the way around. We like that. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of a regen on Dismas. That way he doesn't drop dead from things like that. Yeah, that's just about what I had in mind, really. So 12 damage. That's a bit of a low roll, actually. Warp Lightning going down on the Obituary. We need to kill you before you're able to do big damage. Let's do that. I'm gonna save the medical supplies for the moment and get a heal. Okay. Really gotta take out that engineer if we can. Let's buff up Dismas because he can move forward and do damage next turn. And, you know, it also buffs up our post, which is pretty nice. 3/3 Blight again. We're gonna go for a single target heal. We high roll at 14. All right, we immediately lose most of that health again. He has 1 health. No way. We're gonna use some medical supplies now. So let's see, we're at combo 1. Combo 2, is that more? Yeah, it's more crit chance. Alright. There we go. Now we have more crit chance with our next attack, and we don't have to worry about the rocket. Let's go for a single target heal once again. We're looking right as rain. Let's put a regen on Flak. We also get a crit heal for our troubles. Okay, 6 and 9. Nice. 20 damage riposte crit. And that's why riposte is so good. Now we're gonna go for another group heal. We do end up getting a crit, albeit on the wrong person. And you are finished. Cool. Alrighty, boss time. Okay, a little bit of torch for the road. Ooh, and some food in the torch. The Doomwheel. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we are just gonna set up every possible riposte. Every riposte that we can do, we're going to do. Let's see. I'm gonna use Rage of Book. Okay. Now, +2 flat damage. Then we go for a riposte. Ooh, nice. Ooh, my Kale with the crit riposte stun. Absolutely insane high roll. Okay, engine overheated. This is a turn that we really have to be worried about. Luckily, we do have 3 ripostes on the field. 2 of them hit. 31 crit just went down on the Doomwheel. No stun this time, but that is a-okay with me. Riposte is still going strong. Let's try and get some damage. We do roll a 10. Zap, zap, going down on Dismas. Misses into another crit. We also deal 5 flat damage. Or no, he deals 5 flat damage to himself. I'm gonna go ahead and just move back on Kale. Rolling Doom comes down. Triple riposte going down on the Doomwheel. One of them misses. 2 of us are now on Death's Door. One of which being Dismas, who we cannot revive. Okay, torch has been lit up. This is going to heal us. So that gets us off of Death's Door, and we get a crit for the road. Okay. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do anything with the obituary this turn, so we are just going to have to ignore that. Engine cooldown, so only 1 turn. No, you still have 2, actually. Miscounted. Unfortunate. Alright, let's go for the +2 flat damage. 11 damage being done to the Doomwheel. Okay, good miss. Real good miss. We're going to go for Energize, just to make sure that Dismiss has a bit more of a fighting chance. Okay, Torch is still at max, but you're in cooldown right now, so I'm not too worried about it. 7 damage from the forward slash. Okay, Riposte ends up missing. We are last on the obituary, so I'm not going to go for Rage of Book, otherwise it'll stun whoever we use it on. Okay, he's back to a regular turn. Big damage. Big damage. Or not. Maybe we stun and or kill? Well, if you think about it, he's stunned forever now. We're done. Secret room? No. What did we get? Hey, overall not bad. We end up with 4K gold and the permanent blight trinket, which is gonna go very, very well on Raptor. Flak now has Spellbreaker, which is very good. Dismiss has a debuff that we don't care about. Creeping Cough sucks. Weak Hold on Life sucks. Berry, Scurvy, So, real quick, editing Shadow here. I'm experimenting with some audio stuff, right? And I'm telling you, okay, so this has been driving me literally insane. And I want you guys to listen close and see if you hear what I'm hearing, because it sounds awful. Like, the rest of the video sounds great, because what I'm doing, right, is I'm sort of just screwing around with the compressor in DaVinci. I don't think we need the limiter or anything, and then I'm messing around with the threshold, the radio. Attack is set to minimum because I want it to go into effect as quickly as possible, right? And I know, you know, boring stuff, but listen, right, listen to this. What did we get? Hey, overall not bad. We end up with 4K gold. Does that not sound like I'm playing on like a really old TV? Because it just, okay, let me, just to show you. Now we turn it off, we turn the compressor off, and then let's do it again. What did we get? Hey, overall not bad. We end up with 4K gold. See what I mean? It's like, obviously it's louder without the compressor. That's kind of the whole thing. But dude, I've been sitting here losing my goddamn mind because I cannot understand why it sounds so bad. Because, like, the rest of it sounds totally fine. But it just, for some reason, and I think it's because I am so loud in this particular segment, and then I've tried to, like, basically upping the ratio just makes it so that you're even quieter, and it doesn't sound right. I don't know what the heck. I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's my headphones, I don't know what's going on, bro, but it's oh, not perfect. Also, our recent mission against the Doomwheel has aggravated the rats. They are in the sewers once again. It's not super high priority though, so I think I'm just gonna ignore it for the moment. So, the game crashed upon trying to go into the map. That's not good. We might have hit the trinket cap. We might have added too many mods. I did add a handful of new mods, as well as some cross-compatibility mods for monster layouts. That might have broken some stuff. Okay, we're back. Now, is it going to crash the moment we press embark again? Because if it does, that means either a new mod I've added, or the load order has completely borked the save. Okay, that is progress. What the heck is this trophy? Minimum damage minus 100%, maximum damage plus 150%, and 12% crit. Wow, that is a ridiculous trinket. So, wait a minute. So, like, for example, let's say on a damage roll, it's 10 to 20. It goes up. It changes to like... my math isn't going to be very good on this, so you're going to have to take my word for it. It changes from like 0 to 35? So it turns everyone into an occultist? Okay, well... Oh. Maybe this is what broke it? Oh, maybe it was the Corrupted Hamlet mission. Well, yet another thing we need to worry about, it seems. And now we seek out the Necromancer. Top left? Top left. Yeah, probably. We bring Raptor the Matriarch with the Buffonata, which you might notice has a little bit of Blight synergy, and the Warpstone Ring for a permanent Blight effect. It also gives us more damage, and we're buffed while blighted, which is perfect for Raptor. We then bring Poison Strike, Siphon, Purify, and Mithridatism. I think I said that right, actually. Then we bring Hydrox the Duchess with the Anonymous Koala, Fermented Herring Challenger's Reprisal, Castigate, Iron Maiden, which is probably the only thing that can actually trigger the Koala, and Feed the Beast. We then bring the Silent with the Paper Crane, the Snack Sack, and all of her abilities, before we finish it off with the Trench Doctor, who has the Cherugians, Charm, Hammer, and Tongs, Keep Going, Breathe It In, Trench Hero, and Fastball Special. Some of these have changed. Do No Harm is what we're used to. Optimal Warfare gives a regen and a death blow resist, but also debuffs him like crazy. Huh. Okay, I guess we'll just see what that means, because I was unaware that he had Oath and Duty changed to mode Optimal Warfare. I see. Trench Doctor's gotten a rework. Alright. Fair enough. I appear to have been unaware of this. Lyran Grotesque, Slaver and Ghoul, and an Imperfect Observer. I'm gonna go for Trench Hero. Is that a new animation? What's that debuff? Damage received, crits received, stun, resist, and minus damage. Wow, that seems, yeah, that seems kind of insane. Well, hope you enjoy your permanent blight, because it's not my problem anymore. Then we are going to go... Actually, you know what? Just Glass Knife. 7 damage, bit of a low roll. That's fine. Skull Toss coming down on the Silent. Hopefully it doesn't stun. No. Alright, well, we take out the Observer and we get ourselves a Riposte ready to go. Okay, he goes for a bit of stress. Ooh, we resist it twice. Very, very good. I'm gonna go for Keep Going. Just a nice, simple heal, and we get a crit just for our troubles, which gives us a tiny bit of a stress heal on top of everything else. Gargoyle is stunned, so he misses out on this turn. I don't know how and when we get that permanent blight back, but tell you what, we got it now. Okay, I'm going to go... no reason to go for Iron Maiden. I'm going to try and go for a stun. And we miss entirely, so... You know, technically we stunned ourselves, if you really want to get down to the nitty-gritty. I'm so curious. I'm going to do Oath and Duty. Okay. Now, let's buff everyone's damage. Oh, and it gives a blight. Oh, well, would you look at that? Oh, no. More blight on the rest of the team. Oh, goodness. What are we going to do? The matriarch. Who has the worst? 5 over 5, 4 over 4, 5 over 5. We'll take this one. Your contribution is so worthwhile. We get a stun, and you have a 12 over 5 blight. Okay, tiny bit of damage, as well as keeping our riposte up. I'm really tempted to go for neutralize. Okay, we don't get the debuff, but that's fine. Yeah. Yep.
The more I kill, the safer we are.
And I imagine that moves forward as well. Okay. So... Oh, fastball specialist to everybody. Oh my god, that is so ridiculously overpowered. Hello? Ow! Okay, you know what? That debuff, though. That hurts. Ouch. Okay, it's a little bit more balanced than I thought it was. Let's go ahead and go back to do no harm. And then we're just gonna go for breathing in for a little bit of AoE healing. Okay. And once Matriarch gets to take her turn, we just go for damage. I was gonna say we go for a stun, but meh. Okay, now we go for a siphon on the people who have it the worst. 10 over 2 is definitely the worst. Okay. Let's see, so we have 15 over 2. Not my problem anymore. And then, because we have another turn, let's just heal that right up, shall we? That is so strong, dude. That is insane. Okay, and the crit of 10 is also insane. Huh. Oh, that works out real nice, huh? A pretty uneventful dungeon so far. Oh. I will take the busts over the citrine. Do we have? No. We don't have holy water, as nice as that stress healing would be. We only spend 2 food for the hunger check. Oh. Ah, yes. Food reduction is so lovely. Okay, more torches for us. We're probably not going to camp since we're all legit full health, barely any stress, and we don't have a way to prevent nighttime ambush. So this is the only unrevealed room, so it is guaranteed the Necromancer. Also, I found out for Raptor, the Warpstone Ring, right? The permanent blight. You can reactivate the permanent blight by just taking the trinket off and putting it back on. Our inventory's full, so we can't do that at the moment. But still, it is something that you could do.
The Necromancer! Terrifying. It speaks of my death, but I am unafraid.
All right, let's think. How are we gonna do this? What are your buffs? 25 dodge can't be marked. Oof. Well, guess what trinket we're not gonna get any use out of? You have a chance to steal buffs, +3 speed. All right. Okay, never mind. That 25 dodge immediately biting us. Okay. Let's go for fastball special. Hopefully that gives everybody the 5% crit, because it's only a chance. 5%. Yup. All right. There we go. I'm gonna put a blight on everybody. Okay, only 2 blights. Actually a bit of a low roll. Let's go ahead and use Tricks of the Trade. We're gonna go for Noxious Fumes. Oh yes. Quite the venomous team we have here. Let's go Oath and Duty. This is where we start to play it a little bit risky. Everybody, I'm actually not going to use fastball special. I think that's a bad idea. I also didn't realize that Trench Hero gives 2 blocks. That's insane. Let's go for Breathe It In. Everybody deals a bit more damage, and we all have quite a huge blight. You're not blighted at the moment, so I'm just going to swap back over and use Glass Knife. 13 damage. We do get a blight. Very, very good. Let's go ahead and keep our post up. And not do any damage again. Okay, a bit more stress being done on us. I don't know what he's talking about, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and use Siphon. 4, 5, 5. Okay. Siphon from the trench. Then give to her. There is a rhyme that we could have used, but I'm going to opt not to do that. It was a graveyard slash. Okay. Oh, my. Well, that sucks. That sucks real bad. Okay, let's go ahead and give a little bit more blight. Duchess, or Hydrox is going to take a little bit more damage. That's fine. Tricks of the Trade once again. Let's go ahead and stack up that blight as much as possible. Oh, second round of blight doesn't go off, unfortunately for us. It was a graveyard slash. Okay, you steal our buffs again. Not that we had any this time. Let's go for Siphon on Hydrox, because 9/5 is way too high. And then we'll just give it to the Necromancer once again. Oh, yeah. You know, just 38/4, but yeah, that seems pretty good. Okay. Ooh, crit heal for our troubles. Very nice. We also take him out. And that's a corpse that we can make use of with Corpse Explosion. Oh, yes. I do so love when things work out my way. Okay, more blight being stacked. You're up to 43/4. I'm going to swap back from whatever means necessary back to Oath and Duty. We're going to go for a single target heal on the Silent because she is looking a little bit low on health. 43 damage being done to the Necromancer. Okay, we're all getting a little bit stressed out. That's fine. I'm going to Siphon. Then you know what? I think I misplayed that. I think we should have siphoned from the Trench Doctor and then went for a Purify on the Silent. I think that would have been the play. Either way, more blight, we get a stun, and you're dead next turn. Oh, that must just feel terrible. Oh my!
Your old bones wither away into nothing.
And then we get a crit just for the road. Bye-bye. Farewell. Hopefully. I'm gonna go for Glass Knife. Okay, you're dead to blight. You should be dead to blight. And that's the fight over. Yeah, that went real good. We're done. Let's see if we get a secret room. We do not. So what do we get? We end up with a colossal 5.6k gold. We get a bunch of heirlooms, including a blueprint, and we also get the gloves of the Chosen One for the Sword Bearer, which seems real good. Raptor is level 5, Hydrox, the Silent, and the Trench Doctor are all level 4. Bloodthirsty makes a lot of sense, Wasting Sickness sucks. Okay. Okay, that was an insanely fast loading screen. Let's see. I don't believe anybody knew. Yeah, we didn't lose any of them. Alright, we got diseases to take care of. Wasting Sickness, and... where are you at? Ah, there it is. Creeping Cough. There we go. Debatably, we could stick some people into stress recovery, too. That is an option. You want to spend 8k gold to sell it for 1k gold? Seems like a deal to me. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Good. Okay, so whatever that crash was a fluke. Good. I'm really glad. Oh, I was so worried that the estate was just going to be absolutely destroyed. But here's what we got on the agenda. We have the Lord of the Flies, who we absolutely cannot take out. We have the Malignant Dragon, which we, again, absolutely cannot take out. We do have the Spider Dungeon. Yeah, honestly, a lot of our options kind of boil down to just exploration right now. We do also have the sewer rats, and I think we're gonna do that. I think we're gonna send some people to go after the sewer rats, just to flush them out in case there is some kind of bad event from them sticking around for too long. So let's get set up.
Well, well, well. Time to root out the evil beneath our hamlet.
We bring
Art Knight,
the Sword Bearer with Buffonata, Gloves of the Chosen One, God's Thrust, Judgment Thorns, Will of the Chosen, and Paradise Bite, just in case. Nemesis, the Scourge, with the Energy, the Daruma, and all of her abilities. We then bring the Warlock, who has the Snack Sack, the Good Luck Charm, and all of her abilities. Before we finish it off with the Dragon Saintress, who has the Book of Intuition, the Aria Box, Fiery Intent, Breath of Life, Flame Infusion, and Torrential Breath. So, I don't know exactly where we need to go. I just know that there are places that must be purged. I was gonna say purified, and then I wanted to say purge, and it mixed. Ah, the Sword Bearer is so insanely strong. Okay, you're doing your things, that's fine.
cut off flesh skin.
Okay.
Musk immoral.
Now hear me out. What if we just hit you with the nastiest fireball of your entire life? Now we are gonna go into... it won't let me this turn, so instead we're just gonna go for Grasp of Hadar.
Blood.
Okay, now we've unlocked spellcasting. I'm gonna go for the 8 into the 8. Unfortunately, we're not able to heal from our energy can because of the Musk of Immortal, but that's fine. Go ahead and get an extra little buff for future fights. Okay, he's 5/3 with Blight. I don't think he can use it, at least not yet. I'm gonna swap over. Let's go for double sickle. Okay, misses the first one. Oh, he gets a turn before us, though. Okay. We take that. Now we go for spellcasting. Mark him. Go back into spellcasting. And farewell. Alright, we still got plenty more battles to go. That not being one of them, luckily for us. That was actually extremely lucky. That would have been an extra fight in our little entourage we're doing. Alright, 2 fights immediately ahead of us. Aw, easiest fight of our entire life. Observe. He lived with 1 health. Well, you know what? It's the thought that counts. Art Knight still basically one-shot 2 enemies. Okay, we are marked. That's totally fine.
Cut off flesh skin!
A bit painful indeed. Let's see. I'm gonna go for Flame Infusion. Okay, that cures the Blight. It does mean we're gonna take a little bit of damage, but we can also heal. So let's go for the boop. Okay, attack 1 out of 3. I'm just gonna go for blop.
Now it's only you, little plague monk. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear that it'll go quite so well for you, now will it?
Yeah.
Hey.
And we get a little bit of healing for the road. I love fair and balanced classes. Oh! Oh, that's what we're doing now. Oh, we're just literally a dragon now. Okay. Why'd that happen? Is it just like a small chance? Because it feels like we started the fight and then she just decided to be a dragon. Okay, well, I'm not gonna say no. But, I am a little bit concerned why she decided to drop the veil.
Maybe if I understood why, I wouldn't be so afraid.
Either way, dungeon's going well, but it is, expectedly quite big. That did that didn't sound quite right. Interesting. Disabled while afflicted. I see. But we're not afflicted. Maybe it's just a small chance. None of us are low enough health, and we're not able to do any damage, so bleh. Take that. Bye-ya. Okay. Let's go ahead and swap. Now we go for the chop chop. Ooh, a little bit of healing for us as well. Absolutely colossal stress healing was just done. Now that we can continue our turn. The amount of effects going off is just ridiculous, man. 22 damage being done to the Plague Crawler. What are we up to now? 77% more damage. Also, because of our crits, minus 40% stress damage. Yup. It's fair and balanced. Ah, yes, the sword bearer, putting the anime girls behind him. To shame. Look, who needs extra turns when you could just one-shot everyone in a single turn? So I think it is only a chance that, that she gets to turn dragon mode sometimes. I don't know what necessarily caused it, if it's literally just like a proc chance every time she gets a turn. I don't know. Oh, okay. That helps. So, at most, we've got 2 more battles. Well, no. At most, we've got 4 more battles. At the least, we've got 1. So let's find out. Alright, everyone. Do as much damage as you physically can. Well, there's a Warlock Engineer. Ooh, you also have a Storm Vermin. That's a bit more scary.
Smash a skull head open!
Ooh, and you stunned Art Knight. Not good. Much better opener for you this time. Okay, well, we do recover from it pretty quickly. I don't think we can really do anything in the Reaper Shroud. Let's find out. Okay, unfortunately that ended our turn. Musk of Immortal makes it so that we cannot heal. I think we've got a few under 30%. So we're gonna go for... I don't think that animation worked properly. She looked like she was upside down. No, unfortunately we're not in range to use anything. Dang it. Alright, bit of a waste of Reaper Shroud, but that's fine. We go for Spellcast. Warlock has to go. He's gonna use a big ol' spell, and I don't want it to go off. If we can, then we go for the double chop chop. Debatably going for the Storm Vermin isn't the play, but you know what? Whatever, as long as we get some damage. Alright, we're at 33%. We need 132% on Nemesis in order to go real big. That's why we went for the Storm Vermin. Okay, they all get accuracy. Huge damage being done to the rats. The Storm Vermin falls like nothing. Okay, good dodge. He does end up getting buffed. Buff of Pestilence, he gets a little bit of healing. Quite a bit of healing, actually. We're at 33%. This puts us at 99%. Then we only need one more. So we're going to go ahead and be a little bit friendly. It does also give us a tiny bit of a heal on Art Knight. Okay. More damage onto the Warlock. 13 damage, but he lives with 1 health. Okay, he gets his rocket next turn. We absolutely do not want that to go off. Unfortunately, we're not able to hit him. But we do take out all 3 in front of him, which makes him easy pickings. Punk. I kinda want the crests.
Looks like we're not finished yet. Still have business left to attend to.
Can we... Hang on. Okay, we can prevent nighttime ambush. In that case, let's go ahead and move 2 rooms. Provided that there's no ambush. Okay. Good. Wow. Alright, we actually get to move all the way down to the bottom before we need to camp. Now, there is a chance that there is 2 battles waiting for us. Alternatively, there's only going to be 1. We do end up losing our buff on Art Knight for this, but, you know, it's fine. Let's go boom. And then... send a Death Door. No, I don't think I will. Okay, Ancient Melody. Yeah. Alright. Honestly, not a bad camp. That went very, very well.
They're watching us. We can see them in the walls. And the final battle is upon us. Cut off glacial skin.
Missed heavy barrel.
Okay. Not doing nearly as much damage this time, but that's fine. It's still AoE damage, and AoE damage is good.
Die, die, flame fire.
Ow. Ooh, the shuffle's kind of bad. Okay, we can make this work, though. Let's go for friendly communication. That puts us immediately at 66%. Okay, we don't get any of the status effects, but that's fine. I'm going to shuffle forward 1. Oh!
The dragon becomes me.
We're gonna go for Breath of Life. That should buff Art Knight a little bit. It put us back into human form, oddly enough. And it's probably for the better that Art Knight was, got a little bit of attention because he just scored a triple kill with 1 hit. We are gonna swap. Okay. I don't think we could use Power Word Kill, so we're just gonna go for Crescent. I do think we need to get rid of these corpses, because we're not going to be able to easily attack the Globadier. Let's get Spellcasting. Okay, 11 health remaining. We go back into Dragon Mode. Oh, wait. No, 1 health. Oh my, he's so low. That is so unfortunate. Oh, damage reflection. What did we have that from? Who the heck had damage reflection? Okay. Oh. We did have enough charge to go real big. Unfortunately, it looks as though that was not on the agenda. So, what did we get for clearing out the sewers of the hamlet? We get a 7.3k gold, a ton of heirlooms. We also get the holy spring water. And Art Knight is now level 5, Nemesis is level 4, and the other 2 are level 3. Also Spotted Fever, great. A mysterious black cat. We've already had me for a while. Anybody new? Not that I'm seeing. I don't think we lost a life giver. No, we did not. Okay, well. Ooh. I do want some of those, but they're a little out of our price range, at least right now. Well, and for the last dungeon we'll do in this episode, we're going to the Sunward Isles. Should be easy enough. We just gotta find 3 things, and if we do it, we get Strength from the Isles, which I believe is going to give us 25 more seals, which means that we get a permanent +5 stress healing to everyone in the hamlet. Should be really, really good. That being said, we bring the Lexning Ninja, who has the Buffonata, the Hammer and Tongs, Flame Slash, Akido, Sand Defense, and Heart Hunt. We then bring the Magician with the Source Crystal, the Artifact of Exploration, Grasp of Death, Time Acceleration, Neutralization, and Changing Tactics. We then bring the Ringmaster, everybody's favorite, with the Bloody Stake, the Broken Pendant, purely for that torch reduction, Last Laugh, Grand Entrance, Deal, and fan favorite. Before we finish it off with the most cursed character I've ever used, the Itinerant Cook, who has the Blue Lantern, the Vial of a Unique Ingredient, Main Course, Choice Piece, Occult Condiment, and Entremet. So ideally, right, we're gonna get through this relatively no problems. And getting a surprise first thing, that feels good. Also, the music is still bugged out. I don't know why. Let's go ahead and change tactics immediately. Then... Oh, dang, we're not able to hit the... Alright. Let's try and shuffle you a little bit so that you're not quite as big of a threat. Grand Entrance. Rolls minimum. Let's get cooking. Okay, not a fantastic turn 1, but that's okay. Go for a stun on you. Okay, good stuff. Here comes the damage. Ow. Okay, good, good. Retaliating Rhythm. Yeah, that's the part we don't like. Might of a Demon. You know, this is going to be super random. But there is something I wanted to bring up, right? And it's, I kind of don't have an end goal in mind for this estate. So, there is a part of me that's thinking, like, you know, obviously I want to do a little bit of everything for this estate and then probably do the Darkest Dungeon, but I'm almost wondering, because this is Amalgam Estate and we are doing legit everything, that stun sucks, the question becomes, where do we end it off? Because with every other estate, you know, there's some kind of finisher in mind. But for this particular estate, I really don't have one. So, I am kind of wondering about that. Oh, absolute giga roll from the Ringmaster. You love to see that. Unfortunately, nobody is stunned, so... it's just buff. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe what we'll do is we'll do most of the final tiers of all the bosses, and then we'll do a bit of the Darkest Dungeon, and then we'll call it there. That's kind of what I'm thinking, just because, I mean, it's a very rough idea of where to end the estate, because right now I'm a little torn on it. Especially because, for example, we could go do the Crimson Courtyard. But I also feel like we've done that so many times, and I'm like, well, you know, we could probably live without the Crimson Court in this particular one. I'm gonna swap over. Big damage. Ah, we roll minimum. Unfortunately, he wasn't stunned, so that is kind of expected. Managed to take him out with a slash, and you are next on the list. Okay, I'm gonna go for Occult Condiment once again, and then we're gonna go for a point. Oh yeah, that's gonna be one massive end of turn heal. Not that we really need it. We need it. How quickly the tide turns. Okay. Good thing we brought so many keys. Alright. Minor Omemories. Not terrible. They will be good in a pinch. Unfortunately, we're not getting very good scouts. That's not a trap, so we don't have to worry about it. A bit more stress healing whenever we crit. Always nice. I am going to reduce the torch, right? My reason for it is so that the blue lantern heals a little more and also gives us a bit more damage reflection. First carving is found. 2 more to go. Okay, 1 more to go, in fact. Now, it says that there's not going to be a room battle, but do I believe that? No, not really. I'm fairly sure there's about to be a room battle in here. I appear to be wrong. Well, would you look at that? It looks like Shadow is completely wrong. The pack has already been looted. This was actually just a really, really smooth dungeon. I'm kind of digging just how many dungeons we've had, quote, in a row that are just really easy. Because we're done. Secret room? No. Huh. Yeah, for how quick that was, we got, in total, 6k gold. And a few levels. Dud Hitter, Wary, okay, that's pretty good. Slugger, And Grey Rot, oh. Isn't that just lovely? But we got the most important thing, being the strength from the Isles. We do have a Highwayman, so we're actually going to keep that. Now, we're going to go right over here, and... oh, yeah. 15 stress healing for 64 characters. That right there is what we like to call value. I also don't think we have any more diseases we need to deal with. Fool can heal her own. And then everyone else has special ones. Okay. Anybody new? Yes. The Lunar Priestess joins our cause. I think she's gonna be pretty good. Any new trinkets? Ooh. Oh man, I would actually really like the cleansing crystal. It's Mini Ronnie. I want to get that too. There's so much I want to get here. The legendary bracer would be so... Oh, we just don't have the money. We even have the bank, but we don't have the money. Ah, whatever. It's fine. Don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash. Okay, good. So it really was a fluke. Whatever the heck caused it to crash before is just completely gone now. So I have no idea. Maybe it's because I added too many mods back to back. I don't know. But with that, I believe that's gonna do it for this episode of the Amalgam Estate. Also, what is this? Oh, it's the Warlock Engineers. Well, you know, we could do that, or we could not. So, there is a couple things that we need to do around town, and I have been stockpiling gold for the most part and doing quite well. Although, I have been locking in a few unique quirks, such as Hakutaku's wisdom on Lunistra. I forget who else I've locked stuff on, but I have been trying to lock in some of the more important quirks, which is kind of why our gold is a bit lower than it should be. However, what we really need to work on is weaponsmithing, armor smithing, and everything in the guild, because we are very, very much neglecting it, mainly because most of our characters are not high enough level to make use out of it, but still, it's important, and we need to do it at some point. But I'm thinking, right, if we're gonna have an end goal, here's what the end goal has to be. We need to kill the thing, the comet, and maybe we kill the final boss of the rats, and then maybe we kill the final boss from the Sunward Isles, and then maybe we'll call it there. I don't know. I probably should have thought that through. Considering we're 20 episodes deep, and I'm only just now debating what the end goal is, yeah. But to be fair, Amalgam Estate is supposed to be all of the estates combined, so it does make sense that we go after all the big bads. So, yeah, sounds good to me. But, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.